What's going on, world? How you guys doing? This is Argustic Dunbar, the hybrid entrepreneur, coming at you live with my guy Joseph. Joseph, how you doing today, man?
What's going on?
I've been looking forward to doing this one for a very long time. So if you guys don't already know, I'm doing the BYOB mixer at the same time that we're doing these interviews, and so you came to the second one I ever had, I believe, and just very sharp dress. I was like, I like to dress sharp. Okay, I don't usually dress like this, and I don't like when someone else walks in the room dressed sharp with me. And I saw this guy, I was like, I don't like this. We had a conversation. We're friends ever since then. And actually our second time getting together. Yes. But what I'm excited about is this guy's background and what he's been able to do, and very charismatic, very easy to talk to. So just some accolades and awards about you, right? Been on the cover of Elite News, was a radio interview with K104, right? Didn't come from the best start, right, with a 1.3 GPA, but you turned that into an MBA,
yes,
correct?
3.4.
So I love that. And you know, it's funny, you don't even know this. So high school was very boring for me. Like, it's just, I was there, I was very smart, I could skip classes, still get A's. It was just very boring. I got to college, my very first semester, I had a 1.6 GPA. And I was so, I turned it around. I graduated with 3.7, right? Nice. But I was so afraid to interview and give companies my transcript because I thought they were going to see that and was going to say, hey, this guy's lazy. But in it really, the way they explained it to me was like, this guy started off bad, but he made adjustments, and that shows me that you know how to work hard and turn yourself around. So it's just ironic that you shared that with me, right? So can you kind of open up, kind of tell the people a little about yourself and your company?
Okay. Joseph Abrahams from Brooklyn, New York. And I am a graduate of Morris College in South Carolina, and I'm matriculated to get my MBA at Florida A&M University.
Wait, hold on. I'm a simple guy. What does that word mean?
Which one?
Matriculate? Spell it.
Okay, matriculate. Dang.
I'm just kidding. No. Matriculate. All right.
MARTLATED. Matriculate to transition through.
There we go. All right.
My MBA. So I'm very proud of that. I came from a rough background where people told me that I was less likely to succeed.
Single parent household or both parents around?
Single.
Okay.
Single. But I know my dad.
Okay.
And he's in my life tenfold. A little bit about my company, I guess we can say that. Invested in your success. Our motto is, as you invest in us, we invest in you, bringing forth excellence within you. We are an educational consulting firm preparing and equipping young adults for career readiness and career development for vocational success.
Love it. So tell me a little bit about Black Talks. I know you have, I have an idea of it, but explain to the people what it is and how it works.
Okay, so bettering lives and adding knowledge. Black Talks is a YouTube series that we've created to provide entrepreneurs a platform to discuss their business product and services on a local point, and then also national on YouTube. Now, this is for those entrepreneurs that need brand recognition or brand awareness, because it's hard to reach out to those that have a project or an idea and actually have those to understand what they have going on. So how we do it is providing this systematical approach called PAS or PSA, right? So it's problem, action, solution, or problem, solution, action. So when we provide this opportunity, we had Desiree Williams, who was our first speaker, right? Her platform, she's a polished extreme couponer, right?
Okay, cool.
So she found the problem. The problem is that people don't know how to save, right? And then the solution is couponing. Right? Sounds simple, but the action, which is the most important part, is just like Oprah. You get a coupon, you get a coupon, you get a coupon. Look underneath your seat, now begin your journey. So each person provides a service product to the audience so they can be more involved. And we personally enjoy personal interaction. That's what matters. That's key. So,
I love it. I love it. So let's talk about your company now at Black Talks. More about you and kind of like your upbringing, your beginning. When did you first realize, you know what, entrepreneurship is something that's important to me and I think I want to give that a shot?
So I've been, I gotta go way back, way back. I started my first gig, I guess, entrepreneurship in New York when I used to shovel snow. Okay. And that was strenuous. I had to find my own shovel, I had to buy my own stuff, and I had a service. Right. And, I mean, there was bad snow days, but those terrible snow days were the best days, because that's when we made the most money.
Yeah.
Then in high school,
How old were you when you were doing the shoveling? Like when you started?
I was 13.
13. Okay.
13. Yes. And my family comes from entrepreneurship as well.
Gotcha.
My father was in pharmaceutical sales. I'll say that for
Gotcha.
Right.
All right. Urban pharmaceutical
right,
sales.
urban. And I didn't know
Gotcha.
too much later.
Yeah.
And my mother was an inventor.
Okay. Interesting.
You know, she had these ideas, and I don't believe in ideas, right? And ideas are dream deferred. I believe in projects because projects are ongoing. So,
I like it.
Yes.
So, started your first business, shoveling snow at 13.
Yes.
When did your current business come into like play, or how many businesses did you operate prior to your current one?
Okay. So I used to sell CDs, right? Mixtapes when those were cool. Now we do that all the way, right? And then I sold candy.
Okay.
Right, in high school.
Man, okay.
So I had it in my backpack. Everybody knew.
Yeah.
Right? I was making $100 a day. Right. Buying it wholesale from Sam's Club and then moving it forward. And then investing in your success, right? This has been an ongoing thing that I wanted to create. So we provide the following services, which is resumes, prepare and critique, mock interviews for high school students. And then I realized the best service that you can provide in the world is something that you are going through, right?
Yeah.
And for generation, there are those that go through trying to become the best person they ought to be. And I reaffirm them. Yes. So 100% satisfaction guarantee. We do resumes, and we can land the job that you desire.
I like it. Let me tell the audience really quickly. I like talking to you because I like you and I don't like you at the same time, and it's hard to say. I know it's confusing, right? Because you've done like a lot of things. It's like, man, I wish I had done that. Like my biggest regret out of high school, like I was arrogant, ego, everything, cocky. I just thought I was smarter than everyone else, and everyone else is boring. But the number one thing I wish I had done was learn how to sell. I wish I had sold candy, something, right? Because communication, like I believe that salesmanship is like the number one skill to be an entrepreneur. Because if you can't close a client on them doing business with you, there's no revenue being generated, right?
Yes.
And then obviously there's a Kappa thing. I wasn't able to be a Kappa and everything like that. So I love it. Okay, here you go, right? So then tell me what were you, I know because you started your business in February of 2018, right? When did you go full time in your business? Was it February or was it later than February?
It was in March. It was 2 days before Black Talk.
So I'm always wanting to know, I call it the white hot moment, right?
Okay.
That moment where you're like, I have a job. I've been thinking about going full time in my business. I really want to make it happen, but maybe I have some doubts, some fears, some whatever. And then this was the situation that made me make the decision emotionally to go and do it. What was that situation like for you?
Okay, so I'm a reader. I read a lot of books, right? I read this book called Who Moved My Cheese, right? And it's a book about how to get out of rough situations, right? I was working at in corporate America, and when I was working there, I felt a little uncomfortable because I felt like my talents weren't being properly demonstrated or articulated. And at that time, right before Black Talks, I was pulling out 48 hours, 24 hours a day, no sleep, no nothing. Because entrepreneurship is not anything to play with. It's serious, right? It's either you do or you don't. And at that time, it was 2 days before Black Talks, and I said, I'm going to do this. I see the vision. And once you live a purposeful life, it becomes so much easier.
Yes, I like it. So you said you read a book.
Yes.
Was it a specific sentence or part in that book that made you say, you know what, I'm going for it?
Yes. Well, there were several books that I read. It was Who Moved My Cheese to get out of a tough situation. It was the 4 Agreements.
I got that one.
Yes. So it was just a vision that I saw. And a particular portion of the book was to be impeccable with your word, right? And in the 4 Agreements, I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm not going to stop. I need to go through this full potential with everything that I have, because my name is involved. My family is from Jamaica, and I didn't know this until like 5 years ago, that my father came here to live the American dream. Right, and I'm a part of him. That's my DNA. So I want to fulfill his legacy and continue on to the American dream.
I love it. Have you ever read the book 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class? Have you heard of it before?
Sounds familiar.
So
yes.
I think it's by, I don't want to get his name. I think it's by Stephen, no. I'm not going to get his name wrong. It's literally like each chapter is one page, right? And it's all just 177 different ways of thinking. And I remember the very first conversation that I had with you over the phone. I forget exactly what we were talking about, but you made a statement where you said, "Man, it's all about love. It's all about passion. It's all about helping." And in the book, he talks about how there's a few different ways that people think, and he says that middle class thinks, I'm the best. Like, this is about me. This is about conquering, dominating, becoming number one. And he said that's okay, but you're only going to get so far with that level of thinking. He said the world class thinks about love, abundance, passion, helping, and giving. And I was like, man, the way this guy speaks, I don't know if he's read, like he lives it. I don't know if he's read that, but he's living it. And when I'm deciding, okay, who do I want in my circle? Who do I want to surround myself with? I look for little things like that. Like, I had a friend when I believed that my work ethic wasn't where it needed to be in order to succeed in entrepreneurship. I had a friend who I used to work with at AT&T, right? He wasn't open to entrepreneurship, but he would work really hard at AT&T, so much so that our boss, who was, another generation older than us, right, would be fearful. And so he would come down and, like, criticize him for, like, little small things, like wearing white socks to work. I'm like, he's really intimidated by you and your work ethic. I'm like, man, I need that. I walked up to him, and we weren't all that good friends before this. I said, hey, dude, like, I like that story you were telling me. Your work ethic is sick. I want that to rub off on me. I want that to rub off on me. We need to become friends. I don't know if that's the right way to make friends or not, but that's what I look for. I look for, like, what strength does this person have that is going to rub off on me because I'm associated with them, right? And so, again, with the ego and everything, I constantly see myself going back to, okay, I want to be number one, I want to dominate, I want to this, and then I talk to you, and it's like, man, no, it's about, I don't know what you say, but I know that that's the next level thing. So I always appreciate that about you. So next question is, what are some things that, maybe some habits, maybe some mindsets that worked for you as, like, an employee, but as you were transitioning to entrepreneurship, you found out, okay, this is not going to work. I'm going to have to think or operate differently.
I'm going to reverse that question. Because, and you brought up a good point with that person in AT&T. Part of the reason why I left corporate America is that my manager saved my life, right? He was a complete arrogant person. And the reason why I say this is because he was working on an MBA. I have an MBA.
But he had the manager, but he was your boss.
He was my boss, right? Additionally, I was working for Habitat for Humanity. I was doing everything that I needed to do. I received so many awards, and then the award stopped out of nowhere. And I was wondering what's going on. And there was some type of arrogance that was going on that deflected my train of thoughts. And because of that, and I'm so appreciative of him, because look who I am today.
Yeah.
I'm Joseph Abraham sitting next to Argustic Dunbar. The hybrid entrepreneur. Let me just give you some credit, because I really do appreciate this. So during the transition, I read a couple of books. I kept reading and reading and reading.
Have you always been a reader, or is that something that you developed later on?
I didn't start reading until 2012.
You said that proudly. Okay, I like it. I
didn't start reading.
I love it. Okay.
I had no interest in it.
Yeah, same here.
But you know what? I will say this. I had a mentor, right?
Okay.
And his name was Mr. William Dunbar. And because of him, I would not be, ironically, Mr. William Dunbar. And because of him, he taught me that when one rises, we all shall rise. So the power of love means so much to me. And that crab in a barrel mentality doesn't mean anything. And the law of attraction means so much to me. So the reason why we're here together is because our energy is likewise. And same frequency.
I like it. So do you have any friends or maybe acquaintances that you know who they aren't on, like, the law of attraction, or they don't, like, lead with love is kind of what I call it, right? And you're seeing them kind of, like, make mistakes that you notice it, but maybe they don't notice it because they don't know to think the way you think. Does that make sense? Is that a question? You have any examples like that?
No.
Okay.
Not at this point. When I changed my mindset in 2017, that I was going to go cold turkey with the separation, degrees of separation and the law of attraction, which means that our minds are so powerful, and whatever you think right, it will come to fruition. How you carry yourself,
For sure.
everything that you do in life, it makes the attraction. So if you think that you're ugly or you think bad things about yourself, then you will carry ugly mannerisms and traits. And I fail to do that. So I always enter a conversation with somebody, tell me 3 good things about your day. And after you tell me that, then it starts off that positive energy.
Forcing them to focus on that and then manifest
and then bring it home.
Do you listen to a lot of Tony Robbins?
No.
Really? I want to be like Tony. Tony Robbins. If you ever get to watch this video, we got to meet. That's my man crush.
Yes.
Because he talks about the same thing. He talks about how everything is emotions.
Yes.
I've been trying to get better with time management, right? And so he has an audio about time management.
Yes.
Lo and behold, he brings it back to emotions.
Yes.
Right? And so I won't give the entire thing about that, but it really goes back to what you're saying about the law of attraction and forcing your mind to think on certain things and then manifest that. But here's what most people do. I know you've seen this before. If I ask someone, okay, do you like your job? No, right? Well, what do you want? Like, they'll say, I want to run my own business. Okay, awesome. Well, why? Or what kind of business? I don't know. I just really want to get away from my boss because he's a jerk. I just really want to, stop being broke. I just really want to be able to stop not having enough time for my kids. And they focus on everything they don't want. They don't know what they do want, so they get more of this. Right?
So additionally with my business, I contract. Contract work, and I'm working for I'm doing non-domestic violence courses, right? So I'm facilitating this course, and I ran into somebody that told me, I hate the person that I work with. He drives me crazy. He's always smoking cigarettes, and I think he's racist. And I was like, okay, that's quite ironic. I'm just listening to him as he speaks, and then he goes on to tell me that, I think people think I'm racist. And I'm like, wait, huh? Like, where would that come from? Right? But it makes so much sense. You know what I mean? And the reason why he was there is because for a DWI, right? Now, let's run it back to move forward, right? He said he hates his job, right? And what happens? He gets a DWI and he loses his job, right? So the person told you they don't know what to do. And without direction, without focus, and you're not going to be anywhere. And that's why I'm here today to discuss the power of consistency. If you don't know what you're going to do, trickle back in time on the things that you have done and find out how you provided a service. And what you love is what's going to generate the most sales.
I like
and profit.
Gotcha. So you're saying you got to have that passion there.
Yes.
Right? It can't just be for the money. I love it. So, Joseph, this has been amazing. We have to do it again at some point. Our audience is a demographic anywhere between like 20, 35, 40. Probably minority. It's like, look, I've got a day job. I want to make that transition. I want to become an entrepreneur. Maybe I start on a part-time basis, but eventually I want to be my own boss, right? What are 1, 2, or 3 tips that you can give them that you wish you had known when you got started?
Okay. Well, first, I want to tell a story, if you don't mind. I was watching this actor on stage, and they posed a question to him, and they said, "Who is your biggest hero?" And he said, "I'll have to get back to you. I'll get back to you next week." The next week after, he posed the question again, and he said, "Who's your biggest hero?" And he said, "I am. But I'm my biggest hero, but not me right now, right? The person 10 years from now." So they're constantly chasing after success. So follow your heart and follow your dreams. And consistency, number 2, is consistency matters. Whatever you're going to do, just keep going. Don't stop. That you're going to have naysayers and people that do not believe in you, but that's okay. Believe in yourself. Now,
you have people who don't believe in you? I'm shocked. I'm not trying to be funny. I know I sound like I'm funny. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked.
Well,
I'm shocked.
So with that question, right?
Yeah.
Or with that statement, there are people, and here's my third point, right? No one will ever see the vision as well as you do. And because of that, and that's a jewel, that's a gem, because no matter what, I can have black talks, right, and say that bettering lives and adding knowledge is going to be the best new thing. And he won't think that, but that's okay. Thank you.
So, Joseph, you've provided a lot of value here today, man. I appreciate it. If the people want to learn more about you and your company, right, how can they contact you? Where can they find you?
Okay. The company website is Invested in Your Success, investedinyoursuccess.org. And also with the personal page, A_Banks1911. And our Instagram business page is INYSNOW. And also our YouTube series is on Invested in Your Success.
Okay. Well, until next time, this is Argustic Dunbar, the hybrid entrepreneur, with my guy, Joseph Abrahams. Abrahams?
Abrahams.
With my guy, Joseph Abrahams. Till next time, signing off.